This is your WXCO Daily News Roundup for Bull Falls Radio, 98.9 FM and 1230 AM in Wausau.
Civic Media News. I'm Terry Bell. Here's what Wisconsin needs to know. Wisconsin leads the nation in hourly wage growth. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says Wisconsin workers saw their paychecks go up as much as 7.9% in February compared to last year. Workers in the Milwaukee area were making as much as $35 an hour. The median yearly salary in Wisconsin is about $47,000. Wisconsin just broke a record for capital investments. The Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation says more than $2.4 billion was invested in Wisconsin in fiscal year 2024. The old mark was $1.8 billion. The biggest projects include the Kikkoman expansion in Walworth and the Purina pet food plant in Jefferson. Vice President Kamala Harris kicking off her new presidential campaign in Battleground, Wisconsin. She spoke to a crowd of supporters at a high school in West Allis yesterday.
This campaign is not just about us versus Donald Trump. This campaign is about who we fight for.
Harris has secured enough pledged delegates to win the Democratic Party nomination. Wisconsin Republicans say voters should decide if Kamala Harris should be the Democratic nominee for president, not powerful insiders. Brian Schimming is chair of the Wisconsin Republican Party.
Kamala Harris has never won, ever, a single presidential primary or caucus, ever. And she is the new nominee of the Democratic Party.
U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde asks if Harris helped hide President Biden's decline from the public. The search is on for a new president at Marquette University. The Board of Trustees is looking for someone to take over after Michael Lovell died last month. Lovell led Marquette for more than 10 years. The new president will be Marquette's 25th leader. The national search will be closed and confidential. A Manitowoc factory is settling with the state of Wisconsin over air pollution. The owners of Carey Red Arrow Liquid Smoke will pay $85,000 for breaking a number of air pollution laws. Among other things, the state attorney general accused plant operators of not operating pollution control equipment. I'm Terry Bell, Civic Media News. Here's what you need to know closer to home.
For WXCO Bull Falls Radio News, I'm Melissa Kay. Whooping cough is spreading in Marathon County. The Wausau Pilot and Review reports the health department has identified several cases of pertussis in the county. The CDC is reporting increases statewide and nationally. Pertussis symptoms start like a cold and progress to severe coughing fits that have a distinctive whooping sound. This can sometimes lead to vomiting. The highly contagious bacterial disease can affect people of all ages. It can be especially severe for pregnant women, babies, and people with weakened immune systems. The best prevention is vaccination. Fires started from lithium-ion battery-powered devices are increasing at an alarming rate. The larger the battery, the greater the hazard. The biggest danger is from unregulated e-bikes. Be sure to choose certified products. You can visit batteryfiresafety.org for more information. Few events bring 600,000 people together from 80 different countries, but it's happening right now in Oshkosh.
EAA AirVenture is underway. Along with the people, more than 10,000 planes are parked across 16,000 acres. An even bigger number, a boost to the bottom line. Here's EAA's Dick Napinski.
In the 5-county Fox Valley area, it's $170 million of economic impact. It gives you a level of publicity that's a door opener wherever you go.
Governor Tony Evers calls EAA one of the most important attractions while proclaiming it Aviation Week in the state. I'm Terry Barr.
The Marshfield Police Department is selling tickets for their Outdoorsman Raffle, 31 days of prizes. Tickets are $40 and proceeds help support the Wood County Special Response Team. Drawings begin October 1st. Representative Derek Van Orden wrote a letter to Vice President Kamala Harris asking her to exercise the authority of Section 4 of the 25th Amendment. Van Orden states in his letter that it is his firm belief that while President Biden remains in office, our country and the world are unnecessarily at risk. He said he takes no pleasure in making this request. As the leader of the free world, it is paramount that the president is of both sound mind and body. The 3rd Congressional Democrats of Wisconsin strongly condemn this attack as a political smear based not on reason, but on fear of a newly energized Democratic Party united behind Vice President Kamala Harris. They state in a release, the GOP have built their entire presidential campaign around attacking President Biden's age, and now that he has stepped aside, they are left trying to argue against one of the most impactful and impressive presidential terms ever. 23 cadets will join the Wisconsin State Patrol in a ceremony on Friday, July 26th. The 69th and 70th recruit class will receive their badges at a graduation ceremony in Wisconsin Dells. They join nearly 500 sworn troopers and inspectors assigned to posts across the state. Wisconsin Department of Transportation Secretary Craig Thompson and other state leaders will join Wisconsin State Patrol Superintendent Tim Carnahan at the graduation ceremony. These 23 cadets are from communities in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. The Wisconsin DNR reminds sturgeon spearers that the deadline to apply for upriver lakes sturgeon spearing tags is August 1st. Only 500 license holders will be allowed to spear sturgeon in Lake Butte des Morts, Lake Poygan, or Lake Winnicott. Interested spearers can apply online through the Go Wild system. And that's what you need to know. I'm Melissa Kay for WXCO.
The Brewers get the win at Wrigley. I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Another tight ball game between the Cubs and the Brewers in Chicago. It came down to a simple hit up the middle by Bryce Terang in the top of the 8th to break a 0-0 tie on Bally Sports Wisconsin.
Base hit back up the middle. Bryce Terang gets it done. 2 strikes, 2 outs, no big deal. All that early work pays off.
And that's the way it ended. Milwaukee won, Chicago nothing. Bryce Terang talked about spending extra time before the game during batting practice working on that kind of situation.
Feels good. I want to win, but we won tonight and we just got to move on to tomorrow, and it feels good. I'm happy the team won.
The series tied at 1 game apiece. They finished up today. NFL, the Packers held their practice another day without Jordan Love as contract talks continue. The team signing Jason Eason as a third quarterback in camp to help out. Eason's been with 6 other NFL teams, including Green Bay earlier this spring. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Fans of Top Gun, prepare to get even fannier. Glenn Powell spilled the beans during a July 22nd episode of the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, where he told listeners that the third installment in the Top Gun franchise will happen. Powell says he has a start date. When asked for more details, however, Powell said he would not give them. As usual, everything hinges on the availability of Tom Cruise. Let's be honest, everything in the world hinges on Tom Cruise's availability. Joker Folie à Deux has some big shoes to fill, not from the original Joker from 2019, but from the trailer that just dropped. According to the New York Post, in the trailer, Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga put on a bloody show as they danced through Arkham Asylum. The new Joker deals with a trial making the Joker face the consequences due to his actions in the previous film. Lady Gaga plays Harley Quinn. The film is set to hit theaters October 4th. Here's a retro Pete pick if you're looking for something to watch. I've been reworking my way through Richard Linklater's Sunset trilogy. Just brilliant. I just finished the second installment before sunset, and not only does it hold up over time, I think I like it even better. The film follows Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy in their quirky, unconventional relationship. It is definitely worth a watch or a rewatch. Here is a blockbuster spotlight pick for this week. Deadpool and Wolverine opens July 26th. This will be the third installment in the Deadpool franchise from Marvel and is expected to keep the box office steam going for another weekend. Will it overtake Twisters for the number 1 spot at the box office? It's the heavyweight bout of the summer, but in this case, the people will decide. How's that for democracy? Word on the street is there was supposed to be a kiss between Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones at the end of the new blockbuster film Twisters. The kiss got cut because producers thought it was too cliche. The final decision to cut the kiss, it came from Steven Spielberg. That's right, the king of the blockbuster himself robbed romantics of that final blockbuster moment. Would a kiss have brought in more than $80 million? No one seems to care. The New York Post reports that Conan O'Brien was jealous when his ex, Lisa Kudrow, would talk about how funny Matthew Perry was while on the set of Friends. Conan and Lisa good-naturedly discussed his jealousy on a recent episode of his podcast called Conan Needs a Friend. Conan said he got defensive because he thought he made Kudrow laugh a lot, but that didn't stop Kudrow from insisting Perry was hilarious. My biggest take from this story, I had no idea Conan and Lisa Kudrow dated. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 7 to 9 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Partly cloudy today. We'll get to 76 for a high this afternoon with wind fairly light out of the north here through the day. Tonight, clear, 54. Tomorrow, sunshine, 79. On Friday, sunny with a high of 81. We're talking mid-80s and more humid by the weekend. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Outside now, it's 58.
That's your WXCO Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at bullfallsradio.com.